There is a photo of you somewhere that you cannot remember taking. You are maybe 2 years old. Your face is lit up with a joy you have no memory of feeling. It is you, and that person is a stranger. Now think about those first years, learning to walk, learning to speak, meeting your parents for the first time. The most important stretch of development you will ever go through, and it is gone. You would assume you simply forgot, but the real answer is far stranger. You didn't lose those memories. They were erased. And the thing erasing them was the same thing building your brain. Psychologists call this gap infantile amnesia. Almost no adult recalls anything from before age 3. Sigmund Freud noticed it in 1899 and decided your mind was hiding those years on purpose, burying them because they were too raw. A dramatic idea. Also wrong. So what is a memory physically? Not a file, a pattern, a web of brain cells that fired together once, wired to fire together again. That web is the memory, and in a newborn, that web cannot hold. A baby's brain is not a small adult brain, it is a construction site. In your first years, you built roughly 1 million new neural connections every second. Nothing in your body will ever grow that fast again. And a memory needs the same cells in the same arrangement, holding the same pattern for years. But an infant brain is rewiring constantly. New cells push in. Old connections get pruned. A memory laid down in that chaos is like writing your name in wet cement that keeps getting poured over. The neuroscientist Paul Franklin proved the part nobody expected. Working with Sheena Jocelyn in Toronto, he showed that infant brains do form real memories. They form them. And then something wipes them out. That something is the growth itself. The infant hippocampus, the librarian that files your memories, is producing new neurons at a furious rate. And every fresh neuron that muscles into the web rewires the circuit. It scrambles the pattern holding the old memory in place. Sit with that. Your earliest memories weren't lost to weakness. They were sacrificed to growth. Your brain built itself so fast that it overwrote its own past to make room for its future. Forgetting your infancy wasn't a malfunction. It was the price of becoming you. But biology is only half of it. The other half is words. The psychologist Catherine Nelson found that the memories you can consciously replay are tangled up with language. Before words, you had experiences, but you couldn't file them. You couldn't think this is happening to me, in a place, at a time. And a memory with no story has no thread to follow back. So your first real memories arrive right around the time you learned to say first this happened, then that happened. The moment you could narrate your life is the moment your life became rememberable. Before that, there was experience, but no one there to own it. Carol Peterson found the haunting part. She tracked the same children for years. Small kids could genuinely report memories from age 2. But as they grew, those memories quietly vanished. You never hit a wall. The wall rose up behind you as you walked away from your own beginning. So picture your earliest memory right now. That vivid little scene you always reach for. There is a decent chance you never lived it. You heard it, told and retold at family dinners until your brain built a picture to match the words and filed it as your own. You are not remembering the event. You are remembering the telling. You began your entire existence inside a forgetting so total you cannot perceive its edge. You were alive in there. Loved, held, terrified. All of it, gone. And you turned out fine. You became someone anyway. There is a photo of you somewhere that you cannot remember taking. Now you know why. That stranger isn't someone you lost. That stranger is the architect, quietly building the person who would one day look back, feel nothing, and finally understand that the emptiness was never a hole in your story. It was the ground your story was built on.